here we are back in Sentinels the Multiverse. And that's right, folks, do not turn off your computer. I'm back for a little while. So, we'll be tackling this one-shot, and I was looking at the collection. I did this one in multiplayer mode, so if you want to see that one, there it is. Otherwise, looking back, I would say I didn't really miss anything. But we are now at the Core Game Challenge. It has been, I think this is the last one that was actually like that. And we're going up against Omnitron 2. We're giving Beacon, Freedom 6 Absolute Zero, Fnatic, and Setting Sun Ra, or Ennead Ra, whatever you want to call him. So I don't know how long I'm going to be back just yet. It's probably going to be 2 weeks at the minimum, but I'm not sure. Worst come to worst, I may be able to continue doing these, it's just I have to post them later in the week. I'm not entirely sure, all that is still up in the air. In case you're wondering, I'm trying to get a different job than I currently have now, and that will be affecting my schedule as such. But anyway, it was chaos. The massive cosmic-powered exterminator cast a dark shadow over Megalopolis as it blasted the heroes with terrifying attacks. Civilians were everywhere running for cover in fear for their lives. The heroes staggered under the sudden onslaught, and then, just when all hope seemed lost, the giant robot stopped. Eternal seconds ticked past. A synthetic voice announced, "Restarting to install important updates." Young Legacy shouted, "Now's our chance! Blast that thing!" So we're tackling Advanced Mode Omnitron 2 and Megalopolis. So based on the team comp we have here, it's just going to be a damage race. Power source unknown. Directive, destroy. We fight for what's right. Gotta make Dad proud. So we'll let him go first, as per usual. He plays one railgun, a disintegration ray, and then he shoots Beacon and Ra. Or no, we're not Ra, Fnatic. I have to remember that... Hold on a second. Oh, the disintegration ray already went off. I was wondering, why does he have 23 hit points? That's less than Omnitron X. But anyway, the singularity and the terraforming have passed. Nothing happened. We'll read it. Assuming direct control. In principle, a proto-matter wave could realign matter at the subatomic level. And of course, gas expansion as projectile accelerant has obvious limitations, thus magnetic flux. Momentary suspension of quantum chromodynamics is sufficient to reduce any matter to elementary particles. As for what we're going to do here, since it's a damage race, you want to make sure you don't take as much damage. As such, we'll be putting out some Fortitude. Then we're going to give him the old eye lasers, and before I forget again, Legacy took times like this to ponder what dinner might involve tonight. So there's Legacy Ring. So real quick, in case you're wondering, should you flip him or not? This is going to deal 6 damage. This is going to deal 5 on top of that, so that is a grand total of 11 damage, compared to his flip side, where he's going to deal 8. So in case you're wondering his advanced rules, I probably should have explained that. On this side, he takes 1 point less damage. On this side, he deals 1 point more. And then, by extension, the devices he plays will also take less and deal more. So, believe it or not, he does less damage on Sentient Dropship side than on his front. Anyway, as for Absolute Zero, we're going to play the Aperture now, even though we're going to nullify those for a while. And then we'll hit him with the... almost forgot. Okay. So that his ability is Elemental Wrath, in case you're wondering. Dr. Stinson's upgrades to the team's equipment led to much greater efficiency in combat, Stinson being Tachyon if you didn't know. So for Fnatic, there's nothing here we can work with. We're going to double skip. Even if you wanted to use her base power due to the 1 point of damage reduction, she will do literally nothing. As for Ra, if you've seen Crimson play, you've known that there's quite a few ways to tackle this, but generally for Setting Sun Ra, you want to get power out, so you only have to use his ability as a last resort. As such, Blazing Tornado. Naturally occurring fire tornadoes are dangerous and unpredictable, though summoned by a sun god are much worse. So notice we're falling 1 point short of destroying his stuff. The environment is going to drop a monorail, he's going to kill that. So you want to generally aim this so that Legacy has the most HP, but keep in mind the Disintegration Ray is going to go off next. You want her to take the first shot, and we can have Fnatic take the second one. Absolute Zero will take the big shot. Keep in mind, once you have Undaunted out, she being Fnatic can tank the Disintegration Ray, and then once you have the one thing for Legacy, then you can also do it that way. So out comes another Disintegration Ray, but it's already fired, so we don't have to worry. Out comes the Assault Drone. 1 point of damage to Legacy, courtesy of Fortitude. So right here we'll play the Legacy Ring in case we get another power, you never know. But if it does come, we will be prepared. The type of thing we're looking for, in case you're wondering, is next evolution. When he's on this side, he deals energy damage, and this is energy damage as well. You can do the next Evo lead from the front combo to basically pull everything into Legacy and outright nullify it. But anyway, Atomic Glare. We're going for Omnitron. We get Surge of Strength, which you can play next turn, deal more damage. As for our buddy Absolute Zero, I feel Freeze coming on, but before I forget again, furthering your father's legacy, the ring's inscription. Time for all of you to cool down. So we're going to wipe out all of his components. You have to remember, for Omnitron, the villain, his stuff is ongoing cards. For Omnitron X, it's actually equipment instead. So we'll deal 3 points of damage to both of them. That leaves this thing on 1 health. And now keep in mind, he will flip. But that's not a bad thing, as I tried to point out with all the math right there. So we get a modular realignment, we can throw that away later. Meantime, Absolution. So we get 1 hit point. And we'll start doing the whole cleansing fire thing here. Drew Undaunted. I don't think he actually has any more copies of that one thing, so the only way Undaunted would help you is when you're dealing with the Electro Pulse Explosive. Maybe the Technological Singularity too. Yeah, because 2 lightning damage, so there you go, 2 ways. Otherwise, if enough bots get out, then they can become a problem. But in the meantime, let's imbue everything with fire. And then we'll do a Blazing Tornado. By the way, you can also use Ra's power here, Blaze of Glory, to ignore his damage reduction. It's so pitiful here, you don't really need to worry about it. Out comes Please Backup. They can't hurt him this turn, but they can next. So he flips into his dropship mode, he plays the Interpolation Beam, so you take damage whenever he draws something. Or whenever you draw something, I mean. Such flawed beings with your obvious weaknesses. Hundreds of those skittering, stabby robots came at me. It was great! And then right here, I guess this is supposed to be the Prime Wardens. That could be Captain Cosmic or something back there, because you have Tempest and Fnatic. As for what else he's played, I think I read the text on all of those. And I didn't read anything on Absolution, did I? Absolution you are called, and Absolution you shall deliver. As for Ra, blessings of the sun are curses for those who oppose you. So right here he now has a +1. And yeah. Anyway, since it's a damage race, we need to get Surge of Strength out. If we get something like Motivational Charge, then this will amplify its damage as such. So we're going to give him the old Atomic Glare for 5 points of damage. And yes, I'll draw a card because I have Fortitude. I can only take 1 point of damage, and there's one part of the combo I told you about, the lead from the front side. As for Absolute Zero, since we're now dealing pure fire damage, we want the Heat Suit out. And then we'll use the Elemental Wrath. It's still going to deal the same amount of damage, just we're using Imbued Fire instead of the Apertures to boost it. That destroys the Interpolation Beam, we're able to draw safely, we draw more Apertures. Hopefully we won't need them, but you never know. Meantime, we'll play Zealous Offense, so if he summons any more bots, we can just neutralize them then and there. We'll deal fire damage, and hit him for 4. So that's enough to keep a Zealous Offense going. That gives me an idea, the Embolden. In the meantime, we'll play the Staff. Almost forgot. This is one of the best flavor texts in the game. But the laws of thermodynamics have more to do with... Look, lady, all I know is fire gets all weird around me. Repent. The Staff of Ra. Impossible to have survived all these centuries. And then we'll give him the old Blazing Tornado. Actually... Okay, we'll do it that way. So out comes another Interpolation Beam. And now that I think about it, I play Megalopolis so rarely, I actually don't know what the flavor text is on these cards. Look out! Legacy shouted, flying as fast as he could to stop the train before it crashed into those in its path. Well, sometimes at odds with costume vigilantes, when the citizens of the Sun began their invasion of Megalopolis, it was clear which side the police were on. But anyway, for Legacy, we will put out lead from the front, so we're closer to our combo. So we can go we can go two ways. If we get not Surge of Strength, if we get Motivational Charge, the Surge of Strength, then Legacy Ring will allow us to deal 2 points of our 2 sources of damage. If we get next Evo, then we have the Legacy Ring to just give us the next Evo while still dealing damage. Meantime, more Burning Eye Lasers. What do you know, she actually does have Heat Vision. So we drew Thok, 1 point of damage courtesy of the Interpolation Beam. And here we're going to abuse this Isothermic Transducer for a ton of damage. So we're going to play Horrifire. You can only hit him once with that, or you can hit yourself. That's fire damage, so we get to hit him for 4, and then the Horrifire Backlash, we can hit him for 3 more, and 3 more. Granted, that left you with very, very little in terms of HP, but it's still a crapload of damage this turn. So we'll bind that so it stays out of our way. Now I was thinking I can embolden Ra, but there isn't much point. I'm better off using the Sanctifying Strike, I think, and dealing 2 points of damage this way. Drew a Divine Sacrifice, we heal a little bit. Then we'll do the whole Burning Sword thing. Now we drew Smite the Transgressor, so we can use those powers next turn. Now what we're going to do here is Flame Spike. So we're going to hit him for 3. We are going to hit him with the Blazing Tornado for 5. Then we're going to use our second power play to destroy Imbued Fire. Drawn to the Flame. Sadly, that's a double-edged sword here because you hit him really hard for having a bunch of ongoings, but as a result of that you wipe out said ongoings. Absolute Zero doesn't need 3 modular realignments. There goes the impending casualty. Adapt Plating subroutine. If only I could have seen this coming. But yeah, we'll have Fnatic and Ra take this. Nope. That's the fastest way to kill Legacy. So we're going to use Thok here. Hit him for 4. He's now immune to melee. So we're going to hit him with the old Eye Lasers. He's now immune to energy. And there's nothing to play here because we have no equipment to fish out, so we're going to skip that. Then we're going to give him the old Elemental Wrath. So we'll bind the Assault Drone. And now order matters here. Smite the Transgressor. So we're going to hit him, making him immune to melee. Now you want to use Absolution here. The safe bet is to go Fire, but if you want to know what my point with all this is, you deal melee and radiant damage with Exorcism. So you do not want to lead off with this because you'll deny yourself the first part of the Exorcism. So you can either deal radiant damage here or fire damage. We'll go Fire, since he is getting used to the whole Burning Sword thing by now. Then we'll perform our Exorcism. He's down to 8. Can we kill him here? And the answer is yes, but do you know how? So if we use Scorched Earth, this will deal 3 damage to him, leaving him with 5. If we use Fire Blast, this will deal 6 damage. But oh no, he's immune to fire. If only I had some sort of projectile attack to use. Conversely, you could just let the police backup kill him. But there you go, everyone's above 10 health, and Omnitron bit the dust extremely quickly. So I don't know if this will be returning quite yet. Like, things we have to look forward to on the horizon, Celestial Tribunal might come out sometime soon. I don't know if that's part of Mini Pack 4 or something else, but we're getting close to Mini... Actually, hold on a second. Is Mini Pack 4 Void Guard, or am I thinking of something else? I actually don't know what their release schedule is for all this, just I know Celestial Tribunal's in testing, and supposedly they're looking at Benchmark and Stunman, but those are ways off yet. And none of those things are coming out until Oblivion is completely accessible. It is being advertised on the Greater Than Games channel this week, I believe, so you can check it out there if you're interested. As for me, I'll wait till it hits digital. But anyway, I've probably talked your ear off enough. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.